My sister mocked my girlfriend's scars and ruined our lives with fake assault claims. I never thought my own family would try to destroy my life, but that's exactly what happened when my sister Beverly crossed a line that should never be crossed. My girlfriend Sarah has severe burn scars covering half her face from a house fire when she was 7 years old. She spent years learning to love herself despite the stares and whispers, building incredible confidence that I found absolutely beautiful. Beverly had always made snide comments about Sarah's appearance, but what she did at our family barbecue last summer changed everything forever and nearly cost us our careers, our home, and our sanity. The breaking point came when Beverly posted photos from the barbecue on social media, but she'd used photo editing software to completely remove Sarah's scars, making her look like a completely different person. When I confronted her about it, Beverly laughed and said she was just trying to help Sarah look normal for once, adding that she didn't want her Instagram feed looking like a medical documentary. Sarah's face crumpled when she saw the post, years of self-acceptance crashing down in an instant. My protective instincts kicked in immediately, and I grabbed Beverly's phone to delete the post before more people could see it. She started screaming about her expensive phone, so I slammed it down on the picnic table harder than I should have, cracking the screen but successfully removing the humiliating image. My parents immediately took Beverly's side, claiming Sarah and I were overreacting, and that Beverly was just trying to be helpful in her own misguided way. The lack of support from my own family felt like a betrayal that cut deeper than anything Beverly had done. I told Sarah to get her purse because we were leaving this toxic situation immediately, and we drove home in complete silence while Sarah cried quietly in the passenger seat. I spent the next few days reassuring her that she was beautiful exactly as she was, but the damage to her self-esteem was already done. Beverly had managed to undo years of healing with one cruel, thoughtless act disguised as help. 4 days later, our phones started exploding with messages from friends, family members, and even strangers calling us horrible names and threatening us with violence. Sarah's boss called her into an emergency meeting, and our landlord sent an eviction notice citing a no-tolerance policy for tenants involved in domestic violence situations. We were completely bewildered until Sarah checked Beverly's Instagram account and found a series of photos showing Beverly with realistic-looking bruises on her face and arms, along with a caption describing how her brother and his girlfriend had violently attacked her at the family gathering. The bruises looked authentic, the story was compelling, and Beverly had even included photos of her broken phone as evidence of the assault. Within hours, our entire social circle had turned against us, our professional reputations were in shambles, and we were facing homelessness due to accusations we knew were completely fabricated. Sarah was devastated because she'd worked for years to earn a promotion that was now in jeopardy, while I watched helplessly as my own clients started questioning my character and integrity. I called Beverly immediately to demand an explanation, but she just laughed and said it was payback for embarrassing her and breaking her phone in front of the entire family. When Sarah took the phone from me and put Beverly on speaker, we managed to get her to brag about how she'd created the fake bruises using special effects makeup and how satisfying it was to watch our lives fall apart. As a lawyer, I recognized immediately that we'd just recorded a confession to defamation and fraud, giving us the evidence we needed to clear our names and potentially pursue legal action. The recording proved Beverly had deliberately fabricated the entire assault story out of petty revenge, but the damage to our reputations had already spread across social media and throughout our professional networks. We spent weeks fighting to save our jobs, find new housing, and repair relationships with friends who had believed Beverly's lies without question. The legal battle was exhausting, but eventually we obtained a restraining order against Beverly after she escalated her harassment campaign to include stalking us at our new apartment and attempting to sabotage our careers by contacting our employers with false psychiatric reports. The turning point came when my father found Beverly's detailed diary documenting her plans to destroy our lives, complete with research into makeup techniques for creating realistic fake injuries and schedules showing when she'd been following us around town. During the court hearing, Beverly's own lawyer struggled to defend her actions when faced with overwhelming evidence of deliberate harassment and defamation, including security footage of her leaving threatening messages at our door in the middle of the night. The judge granted our restraining order and ordered Beverly to stay at least 500 feet away from us, our home, and our workplaces, while also requiring her to cease all direct and indirect communication through social media or third parties. The aftermath required months of therapy for our family to understand how they'd enabled Beverly's destructive behavior for years, while Beverly herself was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder and entered intensive treatment. Sarah and I eventually rebuilt our careers and relationships, though some friendships never recovered from the people who were too quick to believe accusations without seeking our side of the story. We married the following spring in a smaller ceremony surrounded only by people who had truly supported us through the crisis, with Sarah wearing her scars proudly as symbols of survival rather than shame. Today we own our own home with an excellent security system, and while Beverly continues her treatment program with supervised family contact, we've learned to trust our own reality even when others try to distort it for their own purposes.